Hello everyone, Jaime Mantilla here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build a TikTok profile scraper from A through C, how I do it from using Apify, which is this marketplace. You've probably seen videos before. This is a API marketplace where you have data sets where you can actually fetch data to display it either on a spreadsheets, whatever format you want. In this case, I want to take it to a UI, to like a browser like this, to a UI, to a front end. That way the user can interact with it in an easier manner instead of just dealing with it on a spreadsheet. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and walk you through the process, what I do, and hopefully within 60 minutes, we have a working application that you can actually build yourself. All right. So first, you have to come here to Apify itself. You come to the marketplace, you log in, then you go to store, and then you have all these categories. In this case, I'm doing social media. I'm actually using the most popular ones. In this case, I want the one that is maintained by Apify, and I selected this one. That was the first one that I selected. Mr. Beast here. I already did a run. Just let me take you back here. It's $5 for every 1,000 videos or 1,000 rows for that specific profile. So for this specific run, I only did 20. It cost me 10 cents. So again, it's pretty inexpensive to do these runs. Okay. And this is the data. If I want to see it, what it comes back like is like this, which is again, not very user friendly. So the idea is to put in a UI, something like this, that you can actually filter, clean up, actually see the images and or videos and things like that. So let's get started. All right. So normally the way that I start here, I come to cursor, I open up a new, and if you don't know about cursor, you actually have to either watch one of my previous videos, or if you go, I think it's to cursor.com. That's actually where you can download it. So you can do it through Mac or Windows. In this case, it's Windows. And all you have to do is that, or you can watch my video. I'm gonna try to link it here on how to style it and how to run it. But this should give you the information that you need. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. So I'm here in my TikTok profile scraper. I just open it up. I know that I'm going to need that env, which is my environment variable for the API. And I just added it just to make sure that I have it on there. So you have, the get more. Again, these are when you commit what files you want to ignore. Requirements.txt is empty. README is empty. This setup is just for my information. And that's it. You have the setup for source and you have the setup for test, which is for the test that you want to run. Okay, or that you want the composer to build so that you can make sure the application works as expected. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and let me go back to my previous video, which is for the Silo scraper, where I have the prompt. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that real quick. I'm gonna grab it and I wanna just prompt.txt just for my reference. I'm gonna paste it and I'm gonna remove everything that I don't need. In this case, goes down to here. So this is the prompt that I normally use. You can actually pause the video and read it yourself. I don't want to take too long. I think I've gone through this prompt in many videos in the past, but all I'm talking about is giving it a personality, giving it a profile. So, hey, you're a Python expert. This is what I want you to do. I want, unit tests. I want the best code in the standards or the solid code in the standards. And I want all this information documented and keeping it simple. Okay. That's pretty much the high level of this prompt. And what I add here in this prompt is all the information related to the scraper. So for the scraper itself, as you can see, there's a JSON tab here that has some information. So I want this is the input JSON. I'm going to paste that here. I'm going to take the title of this. I'm going to paste this at the top, and then I'm going to add the description, which is the description that comes from that scraper. What I also want is come here under the information. Under the information, I have the input, I have the output, which I'm going to grab in a minute, and I'm going to give it the same text that it gives it here. So here's a sample data in JSON. You can choose to download the TikTok profile in JSON, JSON-LM, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to copy this. And I think that's it. There's nothing else. And maybe we want this. I want to copy this whole thing. See all. Going back here. Results from one. Okay, I'm going to paste that there too. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this whole thing, this prompt. I'm going to do Control-I, which is going to open up my chat and my composer. I don't need the chat right now. The chat, normally you use it to brainstorm ideas and things like that, or to ask general questions if you want. And the composer, I want to paste this whole thing. Okay. And then here at the end, I want to tell it, please scan the source code. Or code base. Doesn't have that source code to have better understanding of the structure. And I click enter, and that sends it to the composer. And now AI here is going to start doing its magic and creating all the information that it needs to be created in order for us to be able to have functional code. Okay. So just let it think a little bit here. You have the test, we have the source, and it is started already. So it kind of gives you an outline of what the code structure would look like. It starts creating files. So you have, this is the folder. This is the file that we need here. This is the file that we need here. This is the utilities. This is the file that we need here. And again, it's doing everything for you. You don't have to do anything. Right now, all I'm doing is typing in natural language or English in the keyboard. I'm telling it what to do. And cursor is using the LLM that I selected here, which is Sonnet from Anthropic, and is doing what it needs to do. Okay? So at this point in time, I want to take this here, README. I know the README doesn't normally get it, but it is what it is. So apply it to README. There you go. So I can tell it to apply it, and it does it. So apply it. Okay, great. So let's README, apply it. Okay. Fine. I'm good with that at this point in time. I'm going to click accept. And then like the other videos, I can actually run the terminal myself, or I can have it run it. I can give it instructions. If you have no clue what commands you need to run, you can actually tell it, hey, can you please run the application? Can you please run the application? Make sure they are in Windows format. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And you just have to wait a little bit. And I know that waiting is not the best, but again, this is real life, real time, shadowing me. This is what you're going to be doing if you're interested in doing it, where you have to wait all this time in order for you to get something working. Okay. And This is the best part of this is like, this is only like 30 minutes of your life. If you're working on a project with a development team, this may take months if they're doing it the the expert way, which is, high coding it themselves and going through the whole cycles of generating or building an application. I really respect developers and software engineers, but this has lowered the barrier to entry to anybody that wants to build code or just build their own fun application, either for their kids or for themselves. So, just take advantage of it. This is here to be used. It's not here to replace you. It's here to be used and amplify you, okay? So, let's see. It's telling me to run these commands. I can actually click run, or I can copy paste it, but let's just do run. So it's going to run the commands. It run the command to create the virtual environment, create the command to activate the virtual environment, and I have to just run this one, which is the third one, to run the application. Okay, so it's doing it. And now we have a TikTok profile scraper. I don't want to username. We have Mr. Beast, right? So we're gonna use this guy. He's very popular and in the YouTube space, and it's not returning anything. Okay, that's no big deal. So let's just say no found for this profile. Fine. You have this data processor, PyCache, models, TikTok scraper. Oh, okay. Another thing that I miss here is we actually have to give it not these. Give me a second. There's the client API, which is actually the data from the scraper itself. Okay, so my apologies. I should have added these here on the actual. So the actor itself, which is the TikTok profile, has its own ID and its own setup. So that's information that we should have given it here. This is the actor client API information. Okay. So we created the scraper. You have the model. Test. So you have the TikTok scraper here. Okay. So now it's adding the information, which is all good. Was expecting that. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to accept the changes. I have a virtual environment here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a streamlit.run. And I'm just going to have Mr. Beast. Profile not found or API error. No videos found on the profile. All right, let's see. All right, so the API on the .env file was, let me just try it again, was deleted. So let me just make sure that it is working now. Or it'll give me another error. Okay, that's fine. So it gave me the same error. No biggie. Well, saying error invalid. TikTok error running API factor was not found authenticated TikTok. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let it run. Just like that, I have to watch it go. Okay. And you can read whatever is you're doing as an output. But that's all you have to do right now is kind of have the idea, break it down, give it instructions, making sure you're clear. And that should do it. I'm going to click that. I'm going to just make sure that it is installing everything that needs to be installed, which is this one here, install dependencies. So you just click run, but I had it right there. So that's all I did. So it doesn't confuse you. And right now we're at 16 minutes. Let's see, hopefully before 30 minutes, we have something working. But last time it took me a little bit longer. So let's see. Come on, come on. Just have to wait until all these dependencies get installed and they're being installed in that virtual environment that we activated. So just give it a second. Should be fairly quick. Let me see how many requirements we have. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so now it's up and running. I normally click my arrow up, which is the one that keeps the history of the commands that you're running. So I just click the arrow up and I'm just looking for the command that I want to run. In this case, I wanted to run the command for running the Streamlit app. And then I'm going to get ready to get Mr. Beast profile. API connected successfully. Great. A number of videos. Let's do 20. That's fine. I wonder if it's going to run directly from, okay, so we can come here. We can go to runs. And as you can see, it triggered the API call in the TikTok profile scraper. Right now it's running live, as you can see. Can put that on the side. Did it come back? Actually, I don't need to put it like this. So Mr. Beast results 1. So it's gonna take few seconds here. It's 43 seconds right now. If I go back to this profiler, 50 seconds, just one result. Ooh, you run it again. I don't know why. Oh, is it gonna be? I wonder if it's gonna be doing each individual. Actually, we'll see. Let's see. I may have to avoid this transaction. Fetching bio CEO TikTok profile followers 114 million. Fetching video. Okay. All right. So this is the profile information. We have the latest video. Oh, what is this doing? I don't know what it's doing. Okay. So we have, I guess, one for the profile information. Is that right? Or what's going on here? We have 20. Actually, this is probably the right call. Okay, so it returned 20 under 57 seconds and it cost only 10 cents. Let me see if there is a way. If I click here, it takes me to TikTok. make your day. That's the first video, right? Then, and we can see that here. If I go here, let's save TikTok from going down again. He's opening this video. She's him in his private jet, which is this one here. 105 million views. That's crazy. 105 million. Okay, so we can actually leave it like this, which is pretty much what he's doing, and we can try to make it better. Let's try to make it better. And then I'm going to use the actual data set. That way I don't have to run it again. I'm just going to call the data to make sure we're getting fast results. So let's do this. And let's say, hey, thank you much. Could you please improve the looks of the UI? And will you be able to display the video? Will you be able to embed the video? The videos. I pasted the image and I gave it instructions. Also you just gotta be polite with the bot to make sure, it's like having an interaction with one of your peers, but this peer is much faster and much intelligent and polite, and he doesn't talk back to you. So let's see. I gave it instructions. I help you improve the UI and add video embedding functionality. Let's update the app.py file, which is normally the file for the UI component. Let's see what else. So say add a custom page, implemented TikTok video embedding, created a more organized layout, added emojis, improved the profile. Fine. Let's do that. And then what I'm going to do is I can get the storage key here. And then in the code, if you're not familiar, this is actually what the profile looks like. And normally you would have a run line, which is this one here. I want to comment it out, which is Control /, and then I'm going to add this guy here so that it calls this data set, and I don't have to keep on spending the credits on this side, and I can just continue to test this situation here. So Mr. Beats, I don't like that green color. I don't know why it did that. So the same number of videos at this point in time is going to be super fast because it already has the information. It's trying to embed in. It's going to take a little bit of time. So it has just dropped the episode. I mean, it's working so far. I just don't like the colors, and it looks too big. Am I? Do I have 90? Okay. So this is biggest screen, 100%. TikTok profile, a scraper, API is fine. Profile information, this is the information. Latest videos, new CEO for TikTok. This is the video that we saw. Second video, fine. This is the information or the stats about that video. Music originality, duration, 16 seconds. So it has all the information that you need. Let's just say, can you clean up? Can you let's see. Not sure if I like that green color, and you make it more sober, or just plain white. So that's one request. And then my other request is to and here I want to clean up. Can you clean up the looks of this section as well? Let's see what we got. So for the previous request, or for the initial request, so remove the green schema, use a more subtle dark theme, added subtle borders, metrics, and it starts more clean, minimal. Okay, fine. If I refresh, let me see if that took effect or not. I don't think it did, because I didn't save the changes. Oh, I saved the changes now. Okay, so that's, he took, remove that for sure. Let's go back to these. Fine, you have that. Do that, should be able to make the call. There you go, looks much better. A little bit, but much better. Yeah, this is not good. Let's make sure that I do this. I'm minimizing the screen to show that, hey, you're kind of messed up here. Data is not getting rendered. Oops. Data is not getting. Can you please fix? Did I close the browser again? No. Okay, so I'm here. Let's see what we got. Come on. Key changes, modify a scraper filter, add error handling, improve videos, blah, 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 blah. I want to make sure that it didn't remove my changes. You have the data set. That's that one right there. Let's do that. 100%. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Tab. Okay. And we have a TikTok scraper that looks much better than what it was at the beginning, but at least you can see the back and forth for you to fix the stuff. Sometimes he gets it immediately, sometimes he doesn't get it immediately, but that's when you have to iterate, and that's why you have to put your vision as to what you want to see as an output to be able to get the data that you need. Now, in this case, there's still a lot of work that has to be done. I can tell it, hey, make sure all the components have the right padding. Okay, so we can do that. Let's see what he comes up with. And I think we can kind of cut it short after that one. But again, if it was one, and if the line was here, you're getting all the information that you need. Instead of you having to go to TikTok and reviewing all this information, you can actually have it in one go. You could potentially have it to export as a JSON, as an Excel spreadsheet, as a CSV, and have that information for you to review it and do whatever you need to do. But again, this is just for me to open up your mind to the possibilities of what you can do with AI and coding without having to having to have to code or write any line of code. So that's the beauty of this. On this, under 16 minutes, you can actually have something going for yourself to test things out, to learn, to have fun, to do whatever you need to do. Yeah. There's still a lot of potting. There is white space below the video. The video, and that. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, is there any margins and stuff? You can tell. I just open up the F2 development console. That's when you're able to kind of see this is more advanced, or if you not familiar with it, you can actually use this to debug, to actually see the code, see what's working, the errors that you're getting, and things like that. In this case, I wanted to see if there are some padding at the bottom of the screen, which I don't see. But let's see what this came back with, and I think we can wrap it up after this. Not too concerned about that padding, that can be fixed. Again, it's mostly about building things, creating things without issues, or proof of concepts, or MVPs, minimum viable products. This one may be looking better. There you go. So you have Mr. Beast, TikTok profile scraper, the profile information, the amount of followers, following, likes, the amount of posts that we got for this specific run. You have here the filters of how many you want to run, which will communicate back to the Apify actor or whichever API you're trying to use. It's giving you the stats of the actual video, it's giving you a preview of the video, and it's giving you a URL of the video that will take you to TikTok of that actual video. Okay? So again, this is a TikTok scraper. You can actually scrape anything you want. You can actually do whatever you want depending on the API actors that you select. This is just another example for people that want to get stats from a specific channels. There's many ways that you could do this. So you can actually have multiple TikTok profiles. And you can actually compare and contrast. Sky's the limit when it comes to data. As long as you have the data set and as long as you have the data that you want to gather, then you should be able to build something like this for multiple profiles, or even getting any other data that is available in these data sets or these API endpoints in the marketplace. Okay. At this point in time, again, there's a lot of people that are watching the videos, but they're not following. 95% of them are watching but not following. Only 5%. There's like 3,000 and somewhat of the numbers that I saw. So please follow. You just have to click subscribe. That's for the support, for the time that I'm putting in, and for the value that you're getting. If you feel that it's valuable and you're learning from it, why not? Just click on the subscribe button and that's it. It's super simple, and I'll be happy to bring more value for you to learn. So if you have any questions, any comments, any ideas, anything that you want to watch, anything that you want to see, let me know right now. I'm just coming out with my ideas myself, kind of searching the internet as well, but I want to bring things that are useful to you and that are going to bring and solve problems. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you soon. See you in the next video. Take care. Thank you.